Good evening. What was the last topic that we were discussing? Animal cells. We have already finished with organisms like mitochondria. We have finished. So what are the organisms we have done? Now we have done mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum. It started. So let us start today. Endoplasmic reticulum. So that's the organelle that we are going to take up today. Endoplasmic reticulum. For endoplasmic reticulum, you don't have to practice the structure. The diagram drawing is not there for you. But you'll have to remember what are the types and their differences. So first we are going to look into this. If you remember the diagram of the animal cell that you have drawn. The diagram of the animal cell that you have drawn. Now in the diagram of the animal cell, how was the endoplasmic reticulum designed? How is the endoplasmic reticulum placed? This is the diagram of the animal cell, and if this is the nucleus, where did we draw the endoplasmic reticulum? What was the location of the endoplasmic reticulum? The location of the endoplasmic reticulum is somewhere this way. Check the diagram that you have drawn. The endoplasmic reticulum's one type we had drawn this way, and the other type we had drawn this type of tubular structures. Yes or no? Now, but if you check, one type of endoplasmic reticulum we had drawn which had some granular structures attached on the outer membrane. So let us start from there. When we are talking about endoplasmic reticulum, what about its structural aspects? What type of structures you get to see? Tubular structures. Endoplasmic reticulum basically has tubular structure. So let us take the structure first. What type of structures do they have? What is their basic feature? They are tubular. They are tubular. What else about the structure? Where are they present? What are we going to write? I drew the diagram just now, and I'm showing you that this is how the endoplasmic reticulum looks. So what about the structure? Apart from that, yes, they are tubular. What else? They are present between the nuclear membrane. Present between the nuclear membrane and the cell membrane. Yes or no? Mostly when you talk about the endoplasmic reticulum, they are almost spanning the entire width of the cell. कौन सा कहानी तुमको याद आ रहा है जो तुम हंसते जा रहे हो? हाँ? किसने कोई कहानी बोली थी तुमको? हाँ? कुछ याद आ रहा है तुमको? नहीं? We laugh and smile for certain reasons, है ना? और जो लोग बिना रीजन के laugh and smile करते हैं उसको क्या बोलते हैं? I am explaining certain things. We are already late by 5-7 minutes, so I am trying to pick up that speed and manage with that time. And उस time पे तुम कुछ सोच के you are enjoying with a big smile on your face, and I have lost my smile right now because I have lost 5 minutes. So precious. I would have finished one cell organelle in 5 minutes. यहाँ पे मैं अपना हंसी भूल चुकी हूँ और you are smiling. Endoplasmic reticulum, again I say, where is the location? What is the location? What are you supposed to write? Present between the nuclear membrane and the cell membrane. So endoplasmic reticulum, which is a network of tubule, is always present in the entire width of the cytoplasm. But हाँ, काफी बार जरूरी नहीं है that they will span the entire grid. They may not, like this. Where they may be much shorter, where they may be not so much elaborate. So मैंने दो तरह के diagram draw किया, one which is full elaborate spanning the entire grid and one which is smaller. So now, what is the location? This is what you are supposed to understand. Where are they present? Next what? Here. Now next we are supposed to see the types. What are the types?
Last one we explained it.
Last differences. Did we write the differences?
No, ma'am. You only gave us like
types. Yes. Functions did we study?
No.
No, आज हम start करेंगे. So let me talk about the types again. What are the two types? That means we studied. One is RER and another one is SER. Basic difference क्या है? RER, what did I say? RER, what did I say? Endoplasmic reticulum plus another cell organelle known as ribosomes. To understand, I'll ask you to write down the difference. So ये एक basic difference है. SER, is there ribosomes? No, ribosomes not there. So can I label this as SER? Yes. Can I label this as RER? Yes. So based on the types, the functions also. Let us talk about the functions now. What about the functions? वैसे तो endoplasmic reticulum generally also has got functions. So let us talk about one or two general functions सबसे पहले. This endoplasmic reticulum is almost like the bones that we have in our body. हमारे बॉडी में से अगर बोन्स निकाला जाए क्या होगा? हाँ? अरे डेथ की बात मत करो. डेथ तो है ही, बट हाँ? Can't move. ये फ्रेमवर्क कोई स्ट्रक्चर कोई रहेगा, कुछ रहेगा? अब मैं उससे आंसर सुनना चाहती हूँ. बता. नीचे गिर जाएंगे ना. आंसर सही बोला सर. नीचे गिर जाएंगे है ना. कोई स्ट्रक्चरल फ्रेमवर्क रहेगा ही नहीं. Talk about the nose, उसमें अगर बोन नहीं रहेगा तो हाँ फ्लैट हो जाएगा. Talk about our fingers, बोन नहीं रहेगा तो will we be able to hold anything? Grip रहेगी? Nothing. Endoplasmic reticulum is more or less the same. ये जो tubular network है, this tubular network is giving a definite shape. So we would say the endoplasmic reticulum gives a structural framework to the cell. और अगर इसको निकाला जाए, the cell will collapse, the shape will collapse. The cell will not have any definite shape. Structural framework. Next is we try to understand the basic functions of this and then further. RER, basically if I write, what is the function of RER? It helps in the synthesis of protein. What is the meaning of synthesis? Formation, production. Synthesis मतलब production, formation of proteins. अब SER के कुछ functions देखते हैं. What does the SER do? The SER helps in synthesis of lipids. What is the meaning of lipids? Fat molecules, fats. So now I'm saying basically that the RER is majorly involved in the synthesis of proteins. Proteins के elemental composition क्या है? कौन बताएगा? Proteins. What is proteins or what are proteins made up of? पता है कुछ? पढ़ा है कभी? 6-7 स्टैंडर्ड में बिना पढ़े आगे 9th इसीलिए तो ये गलत है. Protein. What are they made up of? पढ़ा है तुमने? 7th में 8th में बायोलॉजी में था. What are proteins made up of? What are carbohydrates made up of? बताओ. तो उम्मीद है तो गर्ल से ही है. लड़के तो नालायक है. देखो ना हंसी आ रहा है. अभी मैं उसको हर मिनट में याद दिलाऊंगा, वो बचना ही भूल जाएगा। नहीं, एमिनो एसिड नहीं सुना कभी? लॉकडाउन देखो, क्या समझे क्या पढ़ा कुछ याद ही नहीं। एमिनो एसिड ग्लूकोज पढ़ा है ना, ग्लूकोज। तो ग्लूकोज के साथ कौन से मॉलिक्यूल की बात मैं करूं? कार्बोहाइड्रेट। तो ग्लूकोज से जैसे कार्बोहाइड्रेट बनता है, जो राइस में है, ब्रेड में है, बंस में है, पिज्जा में है, बर्गर में है, खाते हो ना पिज्जा बर्गर? नहीं, अरे वाह, तो कौन सा जमाना का बच्चा है पिज्जा बर्गर नहीं खाता है? वो ऐसे कैसे झूठ बोल रहे हैं? हाँ, ये जरा नहीं खाएगा, वो मेरा चेहरा है, देखो पता चला। Now, when we are talking about this, RER and SER, let us try to understand. ये हो गया दूसरा difference. What was the first difference? This is the first difference. मैं टिक कर रही हूँ, याद रखना है when you write. So ये हो गया दूसरा difference. What do they produce? RER produces proteins. SER produces lipids और fat molecules. अभी ये जो लिपिड्स और फैट्स है, वे आर दे बेसिकली यूज्ड, बनता कहाँ पे है? सो लेट अस ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट ये जो प्रोटीन्स और लिपिड्स है, बेसिकली व्हिच पार्ट ऑफ द सेल रिक्वायर्स प्रोटीन्स एंड लिपिड्स? यहाँ पे ये जो मेम्ब्रेन्स है सेल के, व्हिच इज द सेल मेम्ब्रेन, या तो मैं न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन की बात करूं, व्हाट आर दीस मेड अप ऑफ? The nuclear membrane and the cell membrane both are made up of proteins and lipids. मतलब अगर मैं ये छोटा सा सेक्शन डिटेल में देखने की कोशिश करूं, I am very much sure to see that the membranes of the cell, whether it is cell membrane or it is nuclear membrane, they are richly made up of proteins and lipids. दो ही मॉलिक्यूल प्रोमिनेंटली प्रेजेंट होता है, lipids and proteins. तो इस तरह से I can write one more function of the endoplasmic reticulum in general, membrane biogenesis. What is the meaning of this? Formation of new membranes, membrane biogenesis. Biogenesis मतलब formation, new formation. तो एक सेल में when will be the need of formation of a new membrane? When the cell is getting formed, एक नया सेल जो बनता है by the process of division, है ना? एक नया सेल जब बनेगा by the process of cell division, तो ये जो न्यू सेल बनेगा, this new cell should have new cell membrane formed, new nuclear membrane formed. तो अगर इस सेल के अंदर adequate amount of proteins and lipids नहीं रहेगा, then two new cells cannot be formed. तो smooth process of cell division के लिए the parent cell should have adequate amount of proteins and lipids. तभी जाके the new cell form will have adequate amount, like just like the mother should have, the mother's body should have adequate amount of nutrients and only the child will become healthy. Is that so? Exactly the same way. Exactly the same way, this parent cell should have adequate molecules. Then membrane of the new cell will be fully formed. So that's another function. Let us talk about one more function. 5 functions let us learn. One more function of the endoplasmic reticulum is detoxification. Detoxification. I mean, detoxification का मतलब क्या है? Did you hear about the word toxins? हाँ, removal नहीं, उसको न्यूट्रलाइज करना. अच्छा, पहले तो टॉक्सिन्स, एक एग्जांपल बताओ टॉक्सिन. सुना है कभी टॉक्सिन्स? अरे 2 साल पेंडेमिक चला गया, कितने बार हम लोगों ने टॉक्सिन्स और इम्यूनिटी और वायरस के बारे में सुना है. क्या कर रहे थे 2 साल? कभी नहीं सुना? झूठ. Toxins are often we talk about toxins, no? Toxin is a very common word even in our day-to-day conversation. इस खाने में toxins है, इस aerated drinks में toxins है. Detox करते हैं लोग by eating fruits. Detox अपने आप को detox करते हैं लोग by taking in only fluids, antitoxins, antioxidants, कितने सारे words related with toxins है. And you all are very much coming across this word every now and then. But the concept is, what is the meaning of the word toxin? What is toxin? What is a toxin? Type of chemical components which are harmful to our cells. तो ये harmful chemical components थोड़ी ना हम जानबूझ के खाते हैं. But क्या हम खाते हैं? Does this toxins enter our body? How do they enter our body? Does this toxins enter our body? That is my first question. What should we say? In our day-to-day life, do they enter our body?
Sometimes अगर food contaminated हो तो enter होता है, and sometimes कोई synthesis होते वक्त उसका end product की वजह से भी हो जाता है.
अच्छा, yes, partly correct. अगर मैं बोलूं today we all are in a habit of consuming packed foods. हम लोग packed foods खाते हैं ना आजकल. खाते हैं, ऐसे नहीं कि ऐसा अगर मैं बोलूं कि नहीं मैं packed food बिल्कुल नहीं खाती, वो लगभग झूठ होगा, because in some form or the other हम खाते हैं packed foods. चाहे वो in the form of any type of juice अगर हो, the packet juices, उसमें भी तो preservatives रहती है, उसमें भी toxins रहता है. हाँ, उसमें अगर 95% और if I say 80% अगर nutrients है, तो 10% toxins भी है. But apart from that, if I talk about all the different type of packed foods which may be coming in the cans, Tetra packs, plastic packets, जो भी frozen food, packed food हम खाते हैं उसमें preservatives रहती है, and these are toxic for our body. तो हर बार जब हम खाते हैं all these different type of chemical components, the tissues have a chance of getting damaged because of the poisonous chemical substances. But the endoplasmic reticulum of the liver cells में ये जो SER है, they have a special property of breaking down these chemical components. अब चलो ये तो मैंने ये normal सी बात कही, where I am saying that from the preservatives of packed food हमारे body में toxins can enter. Medicine से भी तो जाता है various different type of chemical components which are poisonous. Medicine तो हमको खाना ही पड़ता है कभी ना कभी. There are so many people who are addicted to various different type of beverages, alcohol, etc., etc. उनकी body में तो toxins are entering much more than normal. So, but then are their tissues getting damaged very soon? No, because the endoplasmic reticulum of the liver cells has a greater capacity of breaking down the toxic chemical components into less toxic forms. वही function को बोला जाता है detoxification. अब ये detoxification कहाँ पे होता है? Detoxification in the liver cells. In the liver cells by SER. SER करता है the process of detoxification, but where? In the liver cells. So ये हो गया main 5 functions of the endoplasmic reticulum. Now we are more interested again to talk about the location of endoplasmic reticulum type wise. Meaning, if I talk about RER, where is RER majorly present? I would say RER is majorly present in the muscle cells, in the skin cells, जहाँ पे proteins की ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. Muscle cells, bone cells, nerve cells, skin cells, जहाँ पे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा proteins की ज़रूरत है, वहाँ पे हमेशा RER will be more in number, and SER will be more in number where जहाँ पे fat molecules ज़्यादा बनता है. तो SER कहाँ पे? More in liver cells, more in adipocytes या तो adipose tissues. Adipose tissues. Adipose tissues. I'm not giving you word adipocytes. उनको cells को adipocytes बोला जाता है, but let us take it this way. Adipose tissues. So now I gave you almost about 3 to 4 differences. अभी फटाफट लिखो 3 major differences of RER and SER. First, make a column and write down 3 major differences between RER and SER. Answer is already there on the board. खाली तुमको pick करना है points and you have to organize them and write. Cell membrane we discussed, no, the other day. Mitochondrial cell membrane and the plasmid reticulum. Jaldi karo, we are going to talk about some related cell organelles. Endoplasmic we are done. So similarly, we will talk about Golgi now and lysosomes also. All these three organelles are related to each other. Points are already there. Fatafat pick karo and finish writing. It should not take more than 2 to 3 minutes to finish your work. Fatafat. What will be the first difference you have to write based on ribosome present or not? So that's the first difference. Second difference on what basis you will write? Function. Second difference you will write based on their function. Third difference on what basis you can write? Where they are present. Correct. So I asked you to write 3 differences. So these are the 3 bases I already explained to you. एक राइबोसोम प्रेजेंट है कि नहीं, नंबर 2 फंक्शन क्या है, नंबर 3 लोकेशन कहाँ पे है. Lipids, Lipids. Check the spelling of lipids, write it correctly. Lipids, done. Good, very good. Complete. The next organelle that we are going to discuss would be related to endoplasmic reticulum, and that is known as Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus. Done? All of you got the 3 differences? Finished? Okay, are you done? Now, if I talk about the Golgi, let us try drawing the Golgi. You may refer to the diagram that you have drawn. Refer to the Golgi. How does the Golgi look like? And where is it present? Now, if I talk about the Golgi is also more or less placed near the nuclear membrane and in this way. So this is the Golgi complex that I'm talking about, the Golgi apparatus that I'm talking about. Refer to the diagram that you have also drawn properly. Now, is it not the Golgi is very much close to the endoplasmic reticulum? Yes, mostly. The arrangement of the Golgi and the endoplasmic reticulum is different in this way, that is, the Golgi is arranged in this type of stack of plate-like structure. So now, if I have to talk about what about the structural aspect of the Golgi? What should we describe about the structure? Structure. It is a stack of plate-like structures. Stack of plate-like structures. And what are these plate-like structures known as? Plate or discs are known as plate or discs are known as plates or discs are, first of all, let's write down the shape. Plates or discs are in the shape of tubules, vesicles, or vacuoles. That means this disc-like structure that we basically see can also give rise to additional structures which may be tubular or in the form of small air-filled pockets or secretion-filled packets, vesicles, or even bigger packets known as vacuoles. And what are these discs known as? Discs or plates are known as cisterna. Cisterna. Which is a cisterna? This is a cisterna. अगर मैं दो तीन को लेबल करूं तो क्या लिखेंगे? Cisterni. N-A-E. What I'm saying, I'll repeat. ये जो Golgi का basic structure है, it is as if some plates are kept in a stack, 8, 10, 12, 15 of them, kept in a stack. Individual plates को क्या बोलते हैं? Cisterna. काफी सारे को एक साथ क्या बोलेंगे? Cisterni. N-A-E. But from this, some additional structures may develop, something like small vesicles. From this, some additional structures may develop, something like tubules. So this type of tubular structure may develop from here. But we are going to learn now that why such type of structures develop. We'll come to this now. So first of all, what are we learning about the structure? Basically, Golgi has a large number of stack-like structures, but from these stack-like structures, additional structures may come up. तो वो वाले structures को क्या बोला जाता है? अगर ऐसा है तो tubules, ऐसे है छोटे वाले तो vesicles and बड़े वाले तो vacuoles. Simple, no? Easy to understand. Now we try to understand. Tubules sponsor. ये वाले को tubules बोला जाता है. When there is the formation of some 4, 5 ended finger-like structures, tubules. वैसे तो ये वाले को stacks बोला जाता है. Stacks, tubular stacks. Now we try to understand. अच्छा, पहले तो do they have any types? Does Golgi complex have any types like the endoplasmic reticulum? No. There are no types as such. So we are not supposed to learn any types. These are not types. These are not types. Achha, let us talk about the Golgi. The Golgi complex, let me talk about the Golgi complex this side. What are they producing? The Golgi complex is always producing certain chemical substances, and these chemical substances are known as what? These chemical substances are known as enzymes, which are also proteins. Enzymes. So अभी ये enzymes क्या होगा? These enzymes will be packed in this type of packets. ये जो enzymes जो Golgi के अंदर बना है, they will be packed in this packet, and after some time they will be free. They will be free. So these packets, now what will happen? Quite a number of times, these packets now can fuse with the membrane of the endoplasmic reticulum, and the contents are in the tubule of the endoplasmic reticulum. जहाँ पे these chemical components can get modified and again pinch off from the other end as big packets containing enzymes. So या तो the chemical components which are formed in the Golgi are pinching off as small packets. Golgi जो भी secretion बनाता है उसको छोटे packets में pack होके they come out. And what are these small packets known as? ये जो छोटे छोटे पैकेट्स which carry the secretion of Golgi, what are they known as? What are these packets known as? What are these packets known as? What are these packets known as? I told you repeatedly. Vesicles. If they are bigger enough, they are known as vacuoles. So right now, what are we trying to understand? That if it is the Golgi complex, always remember, if it is the Golgi complex, these Golgi which is already in the form of stacks, do they remain like that always? No. The secretions will always be packed up this way. The secretions will always be packed up in some definite tubes. Okay, हम अच्छी तरह से देखते हैं how exactly this happens. Let me just draw it from it. Now यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Certain type of chemical components produced. What will happen later? एक छोटा सा packet बनेगा and the chemical components inside. Then what is the fate of this? This is going and all the chemical components coming here. And from any of the end of the endoplasmic reticulum की कहीं से again a new packet develops जो Golgi का भी secretion carry कर रहा है but after the modification. First of all, we'll write down what is the most important function of Golgi, then we'll come to this. What does the Golgi do? Production of or synthesis of variety of enzymes, proteins and hormones. Enzymes, proteins and hormones. ये है सबसे important function of Golgi. So what is the Golgi doing, which are in the form of stacks and plaques, constantly engaged in the formation of enzymes? अच्छा, did you come across this word enzyme पहले कभी?
Yes, ma'am.
What does an enzyme do in our body?
And they act as catalysts.
Act as biocatalyst. Very good. क्या करता है? Can you tell me?
And it stimulates the process of digestion and all. In the body.
Digestion. Okay, partly correct. I will make it big.
Stimulates the different processes in the body.
हाँ, okay. जैसे stimulate का यहाँ पे, if I add little bit more, stimulate मतलब if the process of digestion is done effectively in our body, हम जो carbohydrate food खाते हैं, what type of carbohydrate food? Rice and roti and the bread and the butter. What type of protein food? Egg and the fish and the milk, etc. What type of fat foods? The cheese and the ghee, etc. ये जो सारे food items हम खा रहे हैं, every time it's getting digested. How do we understand? Because we are getting energy. हम अगर 4 दिन proper food नहीं खाना नहीं खाएंगे, we don't take proper food. But how will we feel? Do we feel the same way energetic? नहीं, थोड़ा drowsy, थोड़ा lazy, थोड़ा exhausted लगता है. Why? Because the amount of the glucose and the fats and the proteins are not there. So ये जो enzymes है, these enzymes are constantly helping in the breakdown of the complex molecule to simpler. That's the job of an enzyme. जो भी complex molecule हमारे body के अंदर जाता है, that has to be broken down into simpler, and that's the role of an enzyme. And there are hundreds of enzymes in our body. But actually, if I talk about the cell organelle जो enzymes बनाता है, which one? We often say that the stomach produces enzymes, the intestine produces enzymes. But stomach के अंदर जो cell है, उसके अंदर जो Golgi है, the Golgi is making the enzyme. Which organelle is making the enzyme? भले we may talk about the enzymes of the stomach and enzymes of the intestine, but which organelle? It's the Golgi which is making the enzyme. It's the Golgi which is making the hormones of our body. We will learn about hormones in the next chapter. They will change. But what are hormones? If in one sentence I have to tell you now, what are hormones? Hormones are a special category of proteins जो हमारा overall development करता है. Now, if I start behaving like a 5-year-old, what will happen? अब अगर मैं तुम्हारे जैसे हंसने लगूं पढ़ाते पढ़ाते कैसे लगेगा? कुछ तो गड़बड़ है ना? That means some type of hormones are not there in my body. We all behave our age. We all understand things. Our process of growth, mental, physical, and the functioning of the organs of our body is also because of the type of hormones that we have in our body. You have heard people suffering from diabetes. That's because of this a particular type of a hormone. You have heard people suffering from goiter. That's because of a particular type of a hormone. And many more data. So thyroid, correct. So ये जो concept of hormones है, what are hormones? Again, enzymes. But we are right now trying to understand ये जो हम hormones की बातें करते हैं, enzymes की बातें करते हैं, कौन सा organelle बनाता है cell के अंदर? Golgi. The Golgi produces hundreds of enzymes and hormones and pigments, etc. So ये है सबसे important function. Second function हम लिखेंगे. What is the second function of Golgi? Transportation of enzymes from one part of the cell to the other. One part of the cell to the other, and from one cell to another. And from one cell to another. आया समझ में? So एक तो है कि ये जो Golgi ने जो एंजाइम बनाया, that may get modified in the endoplasmic reticulum जो मैंने अभी समझाया, वही chemical component endoplasmic reticulum के through होके get modified and come out again from the endoplasmic reticulum, which now can enter travel different parts of the cell. It can also go to the nucleus. It can also enter the nucleus. It can travel different parts of the cell. At the same time, it may go out of the cell to enter some other cell. That is possible. What do you say? ठीक है?
What is the cell?
From one part of the cell to the other, and from one cell to another. ठीक है? आया समझ में? Now, the third function that we are going to talk about is the vesicles that contain, this is very important, the vesicles that contain digestive enzymes. The vesicles that contain digestive enzymes are known as lysosomes. सुना है lysosomes?
Yes.
Lysosomes. So Golgi में हम इतना ही पढ़ेंगे. Lysosome is a separate organelle altogether. So अभी try to understand what I'm saying. Look into the figure again for a moment, all of you. Just now I told you that the Golgi produces hundreds of different types of enzymes and proteins. That means इस तरह के पैकेट हर बार बनती जा रही है. Hundreds of different types of packets are getting formed, but certain type of packets ऐसे भी बन रहा है. Certain type of packets ऐसे भी बन रहा है जहां पे specialized type of enzymes है, and ये जो specialized type of enzymes है, इसको हम बोल सकते हैं lysosomes. क्यों? Why these are special types of packets? Why they are not the same like the others? Because these type of enzymes are special because they can undergo the process of digestion. अभी यहाँ पे the concept of digestion is not actually the digestion of food. यहाँ पे digestion का मतलब है breakdown of microbes जो हमारे सेल के अंदर आता है, breakdown of foreign particles जो हमारे सेल के अंदर आता है, breakdown of substances within the cell. तो फिलहाल तुझको ये याद रखना है that the Golgi produces large number of packets, all carrying some of the other type of enzymes, but in special type of vesicles, तो digestive enzymes carry करता है, उसको हम बोलेंगे lysosomes. Now with this reference, I will go to the concept of lysosomes now, and then I will ask you a question to write again. We talk about the next cell organelle, lysosomes. Structure क्या सीखेंगे स्ट्रक्चर में? Lysosomes, they are made up of a single membrane. They are made up of a single membrane. What do they contain? They contain hydrolytic enzymes. अभी मैंने simple word बोला था digestive. More specifically उसको hydrolytic बोला जाता है. Hydrolytic or digestive enzymes. Hydrolytic or digestive enzymes. और क्या जानना है about the Golgi? But also should you know, Golgi is always, I'm sorry, lysosome is always formed from the Golgi. Lysosome is always formed from the Golgi. Okay. Let me talk about the structure of a cell where I am looking into the nuclear region, जहाँ पे chromosomes है, okay, fine. And then we have the Golgi. And then we have the Golgi. And I'm telling you that this will give rise to many such packets. This will give rise to many such packets. This will give rise to many such packets. And this type of packets are special. This type of packets are special. This type of packets are special. Where one such packet, which is known as the primary lysosome, when it fuses with the secondary lysosome, may result in the formation of a bigger lysosome. And I'm sorry, when two primary lysosomes would fuse, this would result in the formation of a bigger lysosome, and this is what is known as secondary lysosome. What did I tell you? I repeat it. Try to understand. ये जो इस तरह के packets, repeatedly I'm telling you, Golgi produces so many packets. Every packet, जिसको हम vacuole बोलेंगे, contain digestive enzymes. But these digestive, I'm sorry, all these packets contain some of the other enzymes. But कुछ ही packets में digestive enzymes होते हैं, सब में नहीं. कुछ ही packets में digestive enzymes होते हैं. And what are these packets containing digestive enzymes known as lysosomes? Now, if I bring into your notice, can you tell me, are you aware that every cell has got a span?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, no.
Every cell has got a span. Are the cells immortal? Cells immortal है क्या? Do the cells keep on functioning and functioning and functioning forever? नहीं. Every cell has got a particular span. So वो cell जो अपना span खत्म कर चुका है, what will happen to that cell? The organelles and the membranes and the chromosomes, everything should dissolve and the cell should be broken into pieces and go out by the way of excretion. तो ये जो डिसॉल्व होने के लिए हर बार क्या हमको मेडिसिन खाते हैं, वो सेल को डेड सेल एंड वो नॉट सेल को डिसॉल्व करने के लिए नहीं, वो हमारे बॉडी में ऑटोमेटिकली हो जाता है. कैसे? बाय द वे ऑफ द लाइसोसोमल एंजाइम्स. अभी समझो ये एक सेल है एंड दिस हैज फिनिश्ड इट्स स्पैन. अभी क्या होना है, ये जो क्रोमोसोम्स है, मेम्ब्रेन है, माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया है, एंडोप्लाज्म, सब कुछ डिसॉल्व हो जाना चाहिए. ये कैसे होगा? बाय द एंजाइम्स ऑफ द lysosome. When a cell is functional and alive, वो भी cell जब functional है, will the lysosomal enzymes act on the organelles and dissolve them? No. Only when the cell is in the process of dying out. हो चुका है, इसका span over है. When the span is over, now the lysosomal enzymes will act on it, try to dissolve it. This new cells are forming. This cell is over now. It has to get dissolved and go out by the way of excretion. At this time, the lysosome is known as what? Suicidal bags. At this time, the lysosome is known as suicidal bags. Rather, फटाफट पहले हम function सीखेंगे, and then why are lysosomes known as suicidal bags? Very fast. What do the lysosomes do first of all? The lysosomal enzymes can digest the microbes or foreign particles in the cell and give us immunity, keep us free from diseases quite a number of times. Immunity. Lysosomal enzymes, digestive enzymes will break down will break down the organelles of a dead and bone out cell. Of a dead and bone out cell. At this time, the lysosome is known as suicidal bags. At this time, the lysosome is known as suicidal bags. You often get this question in your paper. Why are lysosomes known as suicidal bags? Why are lysosomes known as suicidal bags? So the second point is your answer. Lysosome जब ये function करता है when it is constantly giving us immunity by killing, destroying the disease-causing germs that it enters the body from time to time. Should we say that the lysosome is a suicidal bag at the time? No, that is what is giving us immunity. It is doing a good function, no? That's the reason we are always safe from diseases. But sometimes, yes, the lysosome can kill the own cell. But God, will the lysosome ever kill the functional good cell? No, when the cell has already finished its span, when it is no more functional, when it is not capable of doing any good function. At that time, the lysosomal enzymes will spill over the entire cell, dissolve all the membrane, and the cell is dead. Why are lysosomes known as suicidal bags? You may write down this question. This is quite often you come in your paper. Why are lysosomes known as suicidal bags? Why are lysosomes known as suicidal bags? Take 2 questions as homework and we'll have to continue again next class. Take 2 questions as homework. Number 1, 2 questions as homework. Number 1. What type of chemical secretions does the Golgi produce? What type of chemical secretions does the Golgi produce? What type of chemical secretions does the Golgi produce? Okay, number 2. What do you understand by the detoxification role of SER? What do you understand by the detoxification role of SER? Try to write down these 2 answers. Here are the 2 other points as we discussed. Any doubt, again bring into my note in the next class. And go through this part of the chapter in your textbook. Okay, today whatever we learned, 3 organelles we finished. Go through these 3 organelles in your textbook also. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am. Any question number 1?
स्टार्टिंग में मला